was there anyone in the room saying
Yeah.
we shouldn't add Dungeon Finder?
There was a few, but ultimately they weren't the ones in charge. And also, um, you know, uh, I mean, this was about when WoW was starting to peak, right? Peak and fall down. And so there was a desperation, and not even a desperation, and a genuine need, right, to try to let people continue playing the game, right? If you're looking at subscriber counts going down, you don't think, how do I make this game more exclusive? You start asking, how do I make more people feel comfortable playing more of the game, right? And so this was one of many decisions that stacked in that direction. Um, and again, I don't know, right? I mean, it still had went in decline. It eventually stabilized, and maybe it was always going to stabilize, and maybe it was the changes they made afterwards. Maybe it was reworking classes, maybe it was other things. There's a lot of things that we saw spike people up for little bits. But at the end of the day, it's always a content treadmill. You can't produce content faster than players will consume it. It's just the nature of things.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the MMO problem.
It makes me think so much, man. Like, I just want to touch one more time on
Yeah.
hardcore because that's kind of to me the foundations of a great MMO. The theory
Mm.
I have is that great games have to reflect elements of real life, risk, social hierarchy, working together,
Mm.
exclusivity, uh, time investment, and the beauty of kind of hardcore WoW. When I first started playing it,
Yeah.
it was just an add-on, man. Like you just basically jumped into classic servers and you had an add-on that would tell you if you died or not. If you died, you could have kept going, but this add-on would basically like flag people and say, "Hey, this player has not died yet. This one hasn't." And the
Uh,
cool thing is that we populated these empty servers with these because no one would play these empty classic servers because everyone's
yeah.
kind of either moving on.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if it was because the first time it always feels great, but it felt so amazing to be taking a boat from Menethil Harbor, getting to Darkshore, and you're hopping off, and then you're looking at another player walking across, and you can check his or her gear, and that's like their gear, man. Like
Yeah.
there's no auction house in hardcore, there's no mailbox. Like it is what you find in the world, and all of a sudden. Everything mattered. Like every speed potion you pick up, like in if you're playing Horde, you pick one up in the crossroads. Like you harbor that stuff, man. Like that stuff matters. It's not
Mm.
something that you just pop in a dungeon because it's fun. No, that's gonna help you survive someday. And
Yeah.
I haven't been able to. I always keep questioning, like, is the next great big MMO, or maybe it's just an obsession of mine, but does it take advantage of just reflecting real life scarcity, reflecting real life risk. Like if someone dies in a dungeon, man, everyone's mourning that person. Like,
Yeah.
and I don't know if you've seen OnlyFans, the content creators that they created like a hardcore guild of all the streamers. That was some of the best content, man, because
Yeah.
again, it mirrors real life.
Yeah.
So just,
People didn't
if
make it. I remember doing seeing that they did Ragnaros, right? And someone died at the very last second and they're like, "Oh." Yeah.
because it feels real, because it feels like everyone knows that the amount of time required to get to that point and the amount of organization and
Yeah.
it is a sacrifice, and without that it doesn't feel real anymore. Without me
Mm.
having to queue up for a dungeon and find another four people, and one of them I've had to kind of like sweet talk the healer to come because they weren't sure. They have to maybe go take care of their little brother, and you're like, no, please come on. I promise you, well, you can reserve this chest or whatever it is.
Mm.
It's that stuff makes it feel real. And I've struggled to find an MMO that hits that same nerve of
Mm.
take this stuff really seriously because everyone's taking it seriously and the
Mm.
world has never felt more alive. So I don't even know if this is really a question. I just kind of wanted to say this to I guess my first time ever getting to speak to a WoW designer, especially a caliber of
Sure.
yourself. And I just wanted to say like that's something that I've always kind of
Mm.
when I rediscovered in 2019, I was like, this is it. Like I've never been more hooked to a game than this.
Nice.
It feels like whatever you guys built in Classic, and it just felt right in that situation when there's that death mechanic or you
That
can't
when
go
there's that
back.
risk, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that that audience will always be very niche, right? That's why it's powerful. When an audience is highly aligned with a product, right? In this case, the hardcore version of WoW, and literally a classic WoW, it was very lethal, very brutal. It made sense that it's going to be a broad product. That is going to be something a ton of people want to get into, who just want to hang and be in a chat room with their friends, right? But when you want that sort of high stakes experience, yeah, that's going to be appealing. You did hit on the scarcity thing, and I do want to mention that MMOs and many games, and generally games in general, have definitely undermined scarcity to a significant extent. So much so that even, there was that whole NFT era, like, oh, you're going to get a sword and be able to trade that sword and get this sword away. But that was never going to work. There was just simply no way for that to work because people don't actually like the significance of something you got is higher than the significance of that item in someone else's hands, right? So you're always going to have a higher valuation of what you hold and the memories with it than the person is going to have with the item. Otherwise, you're just farming whirlwind taxes on the auction house, right? But the other thing is like players are not actually interested in playing games where things are scarce. They have been conditioned to getting these drip feeds of items over time, right? Whether from quests or guaranteed item drops. You look at Burning Crusade and the item gear was very smooth compared to Classic, which was like maybe you never find an item for a given slot until you got to dungeons at the end of it, right? And so, in a way, the WoW progression, that drip feed of progression, the even Skyrim and other things like that have basically inoculated against true scarcity being a viable thing for most games, right? You look at, survival games which got close to this. Things actually become abundant once you know how to, harvest them. Once you know how to actually, find the resource, find the minerals, bring them together. And so I think that the scarcity thing is mostly an illusion, right? Except in these cases you're talking about where when someone dies, they actually destroy all of their investment in it, which is why it worked in that situation. So it was one of those where it's like, oh, that's really powerful. It's very difficult to talk someone into that when they're going into unknowns, as opposed to, I've beaten the game before, let me go and do it. Even Diablo, right? You played the whole game through. I'll make a hardcore character, but you know every beat and every difficulty. You're going to see those little spitting darts, spitting monsters. You're like, gotta get those things or they will kill me, right? But if you didn't know about that, you just feel cheesed constantly by everything new and surprising.
That's 100% right. I think in that way I'm being a little bit naive in the sense that when I play hardcore, I would know exactly the route to take to get to level 10, right? And I would kind of go on autopilot until I get out of kind of Mulgore or whatever it is, or Don Moreau. So I think in a certain sense, I have to agree. Like the people who do play hardcore are the people that have like broken down and understood this game at a level that it's the only way you can play it, because the level of risk and time required to even get to that point, like you must be mad to like start the game fresh and have no idea what's going on and not understand how the game works and then just start dying at level 4, level 5, level 7. And you're like, what am I doing in my life? No, like I agree. There is this bit of a balance back and forth. I wanted to
like Binding of Isaac or roguelikes where you die and if you start, it's a 20-minute run, maybe an hour in a really long successful run, right? It's not a big deal. It's not a big loss of investment. Whereas hardcore WoW is, a massive investment. In fact, all the investment you need to do to train yourself up on skills in order to get that payout, that emotional payout, is immense. So I'm sorry to kind of, burst your bubble on that one, but I don't think. I think that there could probably be two types of games, right? You could have games that add this as a veneer, and everyone who has never died is in one realm. The moment you die, you get ghost, your soul is transported to the after realm. It's identical. You get to play all the content and keep going, right? The other alternative is people who go and play the game and then can basically say, okay, I'm going to go now, spawn a hardcore character. With other people who want to be hardcore and go for it. And you basically put your hardest difficulty tier in that layer of the game and don't even expose that for the regulars, right? The regulars are going to play the game, learn the content. All the abilities will be there, but the tuning is 30% easier, right? Just like, okay. But if you really want to challenge yourself as hard as possible, you need to go and play that other route. But again, you're building a niche feature for a niche audience in an expensive way. potentially. Maybe not that expensive. It's pretty expensive. Like, it's a lot of emotional investment in fixing all the, like, someone lags out and dies. No one really wants to lose to lag. You want to lose to bad decisions.
That's
right?
what it is. Yeah.